I'm not cut out to be a fantasy reader. Hi besties and welcome back to my channel. Now today you are never gonna guess what I'm starting unless of course you've seen the thumbnail and title, but let's just have a Men in Black moment real quick where I erase your memory and you take a guess at what I'm starting today. Surprise! I'm starting Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. The hype on this one is insane and I thought it was only fitting that I would bring you guys along for my reading journey. This book right here is all my YouTube recommendations, TikTok For You page and Bookstagram feed has consisted of for the past 3 weeks, and I need to know what the hype is about. Have I read fantasy before? No. Is this my first experience with fantasy? Also no. I cannot believe we're here. We have finally made it. I am finally entering my fantasy era. I really thought ACOTAR was going to do it for me, but Fourth Wing has pushed me over the edge. So I, like everyone else, have of course consumed fantastical media before. I've seen Game of Thrones, I've seen Harry Potter, I've played the third Witcher game and also watched the series, but the idea of reading fantasy is so intimidating. But my desire to read about dragons has overcome that intimidation before because I love dragons. 8-year-old Sophia playing Spyro on the PlayStation 1 loved dragons, and today 20-year-old Sophia is going to reignite that passion. All that is to say, I'm really excited for this book. I don't know a whole lot about what it's about other than it has dragons in it, which of course we've previously established. I really hope you enjoy today's video, and without any further ado, let's get into the most hyped book on social media right now. The time has come. I've spent all morning studying and I'm about to reward myself by starting Fourth Wing. I've got my playlist lined up on Spotify. I'm comfortable. Well, I'm sort of comfortable. This is more for framing right now, but I will get comfortable. I have my book right here and I'm very excited to get started. I did just want to kind of like share the first few pages with you guys. I also, just before we get started, want to say that I'm going to try my very hardest to keep spoilers out of this video because this book is still a relatively new release, and I just think I think non-spoiler reading vlogs are fun. Like, they personally encourage me to pick up a book, and then if I've read the book, the out of context reactions just like make me laugh. I already know this book's gonna be good because in the dedication it mentions Captain America. Absolutely. Fourth Wing is a non-stop thrilling adventure fantasy set in the brutal and competitive world of a military college for dragon riders, which includes elements regarding war, battle, hand-to-hand combat, perilous situations, blood, intense violence, brutal injuries, death, poisoning, graphic language, and sexual activities that are shown on page. Readers who may be sensitive to these elements, please take note and prepare to enter Basgiath War College. I didn't think this book was gonna go there. I thought it'd be kind of like chill, but all right. On page violence and brutal injuries. Oh, and then we have a map of the college. Low key, I think I'm gonna be one of those fantasy readers. Oh my god, there's another one. I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna be one of those fantasy readers that just skips the maps, but like I might come back to them as I'm progressing throughout the story and need like context of things. I don't know. Conscription Day? Bro, it's not the 1940s anymore. Oh my god. Okay, so a little bit of context. This is the 4th page in the book, so it is not a spoiler. Violet's mum is like high up, I think, in the military college, whatever. She's a high-ranking person, and she wants Violet to go to the Riders quadrant instead of the Scribe quadrant to kind of like follow in her footsteps. And Violet's older sister is like, Dad wouldn't want this. And then the mum says, I loved your father, but he's dead. I doubt he wants much these days. She's so brutal. Are you joking? Already I'm struggling to pronounce things. Are you joking? Okay, who is Dane? Hello. I will admit I've seen a little bit of like it's not really a spoiler, but it's like who the love interest is. And I know it's not this person, but the description's kind of cute. Nevers 6 provinces. So is this big old island Nevers? 6 provinces. Oh, that wait. Oh, okay. I'm not cut out to be a fantasy reader, I swear to god. Okay, so I'm at page 30 and I just wanted to give like a general update about how things are going. The world building, it's very minimal. I have heard that the world building in this book is not very extensive, and I think Rebecca is just kind of doing the essentials. It's nothing that you wouldn't already imagine as like a military college for dragon riders, at least based on my like previous experience with fantasies of like Game of Thrones and stuff. It's not too beyond that kind of pre-established idea idea of the setting. Yeah, all of that is to say the world building is not very extensive. I think she's probably come into this book assuming we already have an idea of what the world is going to be like, and she's just kind of rolling with that, which honestly is fine because it means I'm not confused. We also stan Dane. I kind of love that Violet already has this like guy already at the college looking out for her. I don't know, that's kind of cute. It's nice that there's like already a pre-established friendship, you know what I mean? And Rhiannon is a girl boss. I love her already. I'm also kind of living for the threat of Jack and Xaden. I know Jack is gonna get humbled so hard later in the book, and I can't wait for it. I know Violet is gonna get her sweet revenge on him, and I cannot wait to read about it. The glasses are on, which means serious reading mode has been activated. I'm on page 98 at like a little chapter break, and I figured I should probably give you guys another update before I get too much further ahead and leave you all in the dust. I'm not gonna lie, I think Xaden is gonna be joining the Zaddy list with Zaid because oh my god, he has that like shadow riz that all the fantasy boys have. So other than Xaden being like really hot, I'm very excited that we've finally gotten the opportunity to learn more about the dragons in like, it's like a dragon species class or something, I don't know, but I'm really excited that we've finally started to get to learn a little bit more about them. I'm really hoping that that is integrated more in the book as well, like moving forward. But yeah, at the moment I'm just really enjoying learning about the dragons. I cannot wait to meet them. Oh my god, I'm really excited. Dane is annoying the shit out of me. He's so irritating. Like, I had so much faith in him at the beginning, and now he's so annoying. Like, he just will not. He's refusing to believe in Violet whatsoever, and it's give him the shits. I'm screaming at Violet following Xaden's advice over Dane's, as she motherfucking should. Xaden is impressed with her. My knees, they are weak, my arms heavy. I 100% ate his spaghetti. Xaden is onto her. He called her violence. I'm not sure how to feel about it. I kind of love it and I also kind of hate it. Dane is getting so annoying. It's very apparent early on in the book that Dane wants Violet back in the scribe quadrant because the writer's quadrant is like, it has the highest death rate. Like, I think the statistics is like a third of their year survives to graduation or something. And Dane is clearly like a decent fighter or whatever because he's earned a leadership position. So why can he not just train her and help her and give her a fighting chance at surviving the writer's quadrant? Although I guess that does kind of like eliminate the need for Xaden's character, so I guess it's justified, but it's just really frustrating. That's so manipulative. Dane is so manipulative. Is Riddock about to join their little posse? Because I'm not opposed. I kind of love his character. So someone just died. Why do I feel like Rebecca is about to kill off like the majority of Violet's section? I feel it coming. I really do. So I just figured out why Fourth Wing feels kind of familiar to me, and that is because the whole like military college, it's giving like Witcher vibes, like how the witches have to go through like the training and the transformation and things. It's giving those vibes. Maybe I should read the Witcher books. She's bleeding and my guy just goes, "You're leaking." The moon, the dragons. I'm so sorry for this angle, but I'm really excited. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm freaking out, but I don't want to say any spoilers, so I'm just gonna keep freaking out. But I'm freaking out. If you know, you know, and I'm freaking out. So I have been grinding. I'm over the 200 mark. I'm almost at the 250 mark. It has indeed gotten dark, but I just got to this one line, which has been like all over TikTok, all over fan edits. And it says, I can't tell you anything about the context because it's like a massive spoiler, but Xaden's done something and Violet says to him, "You're overstepping." And he just goes, "You haven't even begun to see me overstep." Oh my god. Like, okay. okay, cross my boundaries, you're hot, go for it. So I figured I'd actually just butt in here and explain what's happening in this book in as little spoilers as possible. So our main character and heroine, Violet, was always headed down the scribe route for her future, which is essentially this world's historians, as she's pretty weak and very small, and the battlefield is the last place she would want to be. But her mum, as I mentioned earlier, is like this really high-ranking soldier at this military college, and she essentially decides Violet's fate for her by placing her in the writer's quadrant, of which usually cadets have to elect themselves into. There's also a bunch of like political history to do with the Navarian population, still rough on my pronunciation, where a rebellion happened about 20 years ago, and the children of that rebellion are essentially forced into the writer's quadrant as a form of punishment to their parents. Most of their parents are dead, but it's sort of like a punishment to basically set the tone to anyone who would rebel again. Violet's mother, being the like very high-ranking commanding general of this army, essentially orchestrated the takedown and execution of Xaden's family and like his people. And that right there is the whole reason that Xaden hates Violet, and the whole reason for the enemies to lovers theme in this book. And that is also why many of the students in this story despise Violet, why many of them want to get their payback, their revenge on her, and why she has essentially a target on her back from the moment she walks in. So as of where I'm up to, many of the cadets have to undergo like training and trials, many of which have resulted in their deaths. Somehow Violet is still alive. That's some serious plot armor if you ask me, but it's essentially like a bunch of trials and challenges to find the best of the best. Then a few months into the kind of trials and training where the cadets are a little bit more prepared comes threshing, which is where essentially all of the cadets are put in a big arena with all of the dragons, and all hell breaks loose, and it's essentially a free-for-all. And during threshing is also when the cadets get the opportunity to bond with a dragon, and let me tell you, those like few chapters are the most immersed and entertained I have been by a book in a long time. And now a little bit on the kind of writing and structure of this book. Rebecca's writing is definitely simple, but it is very easy to read. It is very, very immersive. I'm a fan of fancy, long-winded, big words, sentences, which you probably can't tell by the way I speak. But Rebecca's writing is definitely not that. It's very simple, easy to understand, very easy to comprehend, which I think works in her favor because it definitely makes the sort of complicated magic system and rankings very, very easy to understand. Safe to say that I'm really, really enjoying my time with this book. I'm having a blast with my first fantasy, which I'm so thrilled about. Like, I really, really think winter is going to be my fantasy era because the vibes are cozy, it's cold, I want to like bundle up, it's dark early. I really think winter is going to be my fantasy era, and I am actually going to be continuing my fantasy era, which I may film a video for. I ordered 2 more fantasy books which are en route, and yeah, I'm really excited to continue that little phase. I don't know, maybe it'll become my entire personality, we'll see. It is book haul time. Listen, I wasn't anticipating a fantasy era when I declared myself on a book buying ban, so I'm letting this slide because I only bought 2. My Amazon cart is full, but I've only bought 2. So the first one I got is The Serpent and the Wings of the Night by Carissa Broadbent. I know this one is like vampires, Hunger Games with a romance subplot, which everyone has been like gobbling up recently, so I hope it's good. And then I also got Daughter of No Worlds, again by Carissa Broadbent. I think I'm anticipating this one a little bit more because the plot seems more up my alley. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna like vampires, but this one seems really fun, and I love the cover so much. Let's just say there is a fantasy reading vlog cooking. I've not started it yet, but it's cooking. Just know that it's coming. I am also fully anticipating these two to be a little bit heavier on the like fantasy aspects because Fourth Wing has sort of plateaued a little bit, at least at the part where I'm at. It's more kind of focusing on the character and relationship development between Xaden and Violet, which is fine, like it's necessary, but just the plot kind of development has plateaued a bit, which is fine. With that being said, the slow burn is burning. Or would it be extinguished? What I'm trying to say is that they've kissed and it's making things very, very complicated. However, the sexual like tension is sizzling. Rebecca for sure knows how to write sexual tension and forced proximity. Oh my god, it's really, really good. And that is not a spoiler because this is a fantasy romance and it literally talks about sizzling sexual tension. on the front cover. But other than that, I think from here on out, I can't really give too many more plot updates because they'll all be spoilers. So I'll try and give you guys more of the out of context reactions. I am setting a little bit of a unrealistic goal for myself in that I'm determined to finish this today. I'm not going to show you how far through I am because I did just tell you that they've kissed and the sexual tension, and I don't want to tell you where in the book that is. So yeah, I want to try and finish this one today, although I do have an exam in 2 hours, but it's open booked, so it'll be fine and I can just read until then. It'll be fine. I'm living for Violet being like a little rebellious. I can't tell you anything about it, but I'm living for it. Just know she has some good character development. Dane is getting what he deserves. I feel so mean for being excited, but like he deserves it. Oh my god. I don't know how I didn't see this coming, but I'm very, very happy that I didn't because it is making everything about this part of the book so much better. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this because there's a third of the book left and I know that complication is gonna hit and I'm really, really scared. Oh my god, it's a bad idea. Oh my god. It's a great idea, but it's also terrible. The foreshadowing is so intense and I really hate it. My exam starts in 5 minutes and I have this page left. So I'm trying to cram it. No, I'm so mad I have an exam. I just want to keep reading. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So as far as I'm aware, my exam went well. I did run out of time on the last question. I'm over. I'm done with uni for the semester, which is really, really exciting. And now I can read without feeling guilty. I'm gonna go do that now. I'm still gonna try and finish it tonight, but I don't know how likely that is. Oh my god, and I left off in a cliffhanger. I need to read it now. It's not a spoiler if it's out of context. So Zayden and Dane are arguing and someone just said, do you boys just want to whip it out and measure? It would be faster. Zayden getting all bossy and being like, that's an order. Oh my god, I don't think I've breathed during that entire chapter. The adrenaline rush right now. Oh my god. I literally got to the end of the chapter and had to take a giant breath because I don't think I breathed. I'm speechless. I'm on the last chunk of this book. I have about 2 pages left and I've heard there's a massive plot twist, so we're gonna experience it together. Oh my god, I need to cover the sentences that I read so I don't skip. Oh my god, I knew it. I had a feeling 20 pages ago, but I ignored it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have to wait till November for the next one. Wow. 5 stars, and I'm gonna debrief with you after work tomorrow. So it might be 4 days later, but let's debrief. I am in love with Rebecca Yarros's mind. This book is spectacular. It is everything I could ever want in a fantasy romance. There's friendship, found family, enemies to lovers that are actually enemies to lovers, touch and I'll kill you, underdog kind of vibes, spice, banter. It just has all of it. And actually, as I've been editing this video, I realized I haven't spoken actually all that much about the dragons, but they are such an integral part of this story and I love them so much. So when a writer binds to a dragon, they gain this ability to kind of telepathically communicate with each other, and Violet's dragon is so funny. He's literally like a protective, grumpy dad, but in the best way possible. He has amazing banter, and the amount of times he made me laugh out loud. He's just so funny. He's probably one of my favorite characters. I really, really can't wait to see how Violet and his relationship continues developing over the series. Oh my god, Rebecca said this is going to be a 5-book series. Are you joking? I'm ready to get obsessed. Although the second one's not out until November. What am I supposed to do until then? Anyway, before I have a little cry and mental breakdown over this book, it was really fun to read. So easy and engaging, and trust me when I say you will be hooked from page one. It was just such a fun ride, and in my opinion it is definitely worthy of all of the hype it gets. It was just incredible. If you've been contemplating reading this one, I would really recommend you give it a go. But to hold me over until November, I'm going to be continuing my fantasy reading journey with a little something. This is going to be in a separate video, but I'm hopefully going to have it up soon-ish, maybe in the next few weeks. But I am getting my wisdom teeth out in 2 days actually, so we'll have to see how that timeline plays. But yes, it's happening. But yeah, now that I've given you that little spoiler, given you a little teaser of a video that is to come, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!